Hey guys, Adrian here for the Digital Dojos, and today we're taking a look at Google Maps for the iPhone. So yesterday Google had released their official Maps application in the iOS App Store that you can find by searching or checking out, again, in the App Store. This was a long anticipated update, as with the iOS 6, Apple did move away from the Google Maps services along with stuff like the YouTube app, and there's a lot of gripe about this. Apple's Maps had a lot of issues, it got a lot of bad public press, and it just had tons of gripes with, messed up locations. It wasn't just as smooth. There was places that were missing. There was misleading directions, and there's all sorts of stories that kind of came out. And even Apple themselves kind of issued an apology and did something that's not common, where they kind of recommended other map apps that you could check out. So with that, Google Maps finally released their own standalone version for iOS, and it's actually really fluid and really nice. So you can see here, tap here to show imagery, different imagery views. So you can see here you have Google Earth, you have a satellite view, you have a public transit view, you have a traffic view. So just looking at different views here. So for example, this is currently where I'm recording the video, and I'm here in Japan. So you can see here, going out, and you can see the satellite view. What I can also do here is go into public transit view if there's any available in my region. For this case, it's not available in my region, but you can just kind of see how fluid it really is. And it uses a new vector-based loading, which allows the image to load much more faster, and it's not, it's panning around the map is very, very smooth, and you can kind of see that here as I do this, and it really does a nice job of interacting with the environment. So of course you also have your search bar up here. You also have options to do stuff like you can set your location and then choose your destination, so you can get there faster through whether it's a home or it's driving or public transit or walking. It tells you kind of an estimate time depending on what you're doing and where you're going. Additionally, you can have a profile here. So if you sign into your account, you can have access to your past searches, directions. It just has everything in sync with your Google account. Of course, you can still search. So for example, I can always search like Los Angeles, California, for example, and you'll see tap up to pull for details. When you have a certain place, you can pull up here and you can see stuff like Street View, for example, which is one of the big things that Apple Maps didn't really do that well, or I don't think it really had any sort of Street View like functionality. Of course, it did have the flyover mode, which a lot of people were a fan of and stuff like that, but of course, Google spent such a long time in their Street View, Street View and their whole Maps coverage as in general, of the areas, and just how well it works and how well, it's recently, or frequently, I should say, updated. So you can see here I'm on South Main Street in LA, for example. And again, additionally, you can click out here, you can report a problem if there's any issues. You can also, of course, if I put this button here, let me see here, let me do this here, go out and look around. So once I enable this button in the bottom left, what this allows you to do is use your accelerometer in your iPhone. So one of the cool things with this is, like, if you were you can't see right now, but if you look around with your phone as if you're really there, it turns. So if I turn left with my phone, it turns left. If I look up with my phone, it looks up. So it's as if I was actually standing in the spot using my phone. It's really, really cool technology that they built in here into Google Maps, of course. They're famous for all their other views. So one more taking a look at, let's go to New York, for example. A big city like New York. So we'll go to New York. And then you can just see the loading, the way it loads the image, and even, zooming in here. It's just really, really fluid, and of course, nothing really beats that Google Maps experience. So you can select a route here if you have a route like I mentioned earlier. You can still use your geolocation thing if you need to. If you want to find out, like, for example, where you are, you can always do that. So again, going back to where I am here in Japan. And of course, switching back to your different standard views from satellite, traffic, and of course, you can go in and get Google Earth if you really want that whole Google Earth view. Then you can download their Google Earth related application here to get those type of views, like use really 3D type views and stuff like that. So guys, this is a quick look at Google Maps for the iPhone. Do check it out if you are, if you just want a really solid map application. If that was one of your big gripes with iOS 6 and the iPhone in general, then definitely check this out. Whether it has, support for turn-by-turn directions, of course, and it even has outer, app support. So if you're not in the app while it's giving you turn-by-turn directions, it delivers those iOS pop-up messages to let you know, turn left on the next road, turn right here, or make a U-turn here, anything of that sort. You don't have to be in the app. It will give you notification updates. Of course, it uses your location-based services. If anything, right now it is lacking offline sort of caching. It does a little bit of stuff here and there, but total offline mode, so if you don't have an internet connection on your phone, or for that matter, if you're using a Wi-Fi iOS device, without it can't do that much. Anyways, do check it out, guys. Again, Google Maps for the iPhone on iOS. It's available today. Check it out. Thanks for watching.